The Inxs was an Australian music band formed in 1977 in Sydney. They gained international fame in the 80s with overwhelming hits that spread around the world. At that time, good record sales were based on success of one or two songs that stood out, the so-called singles. To give you an idea of the Inxs greatness, their album Kick from 1987 placed 4 singles into the Billboard Top 10 list, which is an outstanding and very rare achievement for a foreigner band in an only record. The massive success of songs such as Need You Tonight, New Sensation, Devil Inside, and Never Tear Us Apart transformed the band from the status of an alternative niche to a mainstream pop headliner. In the early 90s, Inxs experienced a slight decline in popularity, but they continued touring and releasing albums. Both success and demise of Inxs is closely linked to the unrivaled talent and outstanding personality of their vocalist Michael Hutchence. Michael grew up in a musical family. His parents loved music, parties, which influenced his interest in music from an early age. Hutchence was described as charismatic and strong-willed from a young age, traits that would later contribute to the formation of his persona as an artist. Despite being known in their home country, the road to international success for Inxs began to be built with the 1984 song Original Sin, written by Hutchence and bandmate Ferris and produced by the famous Nile Rodgers. In this song you will find all the characteristics of Michael that took Inxs to the top. His composition comes dressed in a danceable arrangement, sung in a rare skill and remarkable voice, and the young lyrics that poetically speak of dreams, expectations and frustrations. In that video clip, Michael presents to the world, still in an almost amateur way, the sensuality that ended up becoming a mark in the group history. Over the years, at the same time that Michael was able to develop the same characters as an artist and leader of the group, which propelled them to stardom, the pressure that was imposed on him gradually left its scars. The endless touring was extremely tiring, not so much for the performance, as he used to say that in the day-to-day of touring, the stress of the 24 hours of the day was rewarded by the 2 hours of the show. Press conferences, reclusion and solitude in hotel rooms, long trips, distance from love and family, parties, unruly sleep and eating. All of this was slowly undermining his mental health and enthusiasm. Michael has had many girlfriends over the years, and many of them have always spoken of his endearing personality, and all of them were witnesses to the psychological contradictions that the singer was experiencing. Despite his confidence on stage and admiration by fans and other musicians, Michael didn't really think of himself as a great artist, unaware of his outsized talent as a songwriter, singer and performer. The lives of Michael and his band began to fall apart when he met Paula. Paula was a British media personality and television presenter, known for her work on shows such as The Tube and The Big Breakfast. Michael went to participate as an interviewee on Paula's show, and their connection was immediate and very intense. They began a relationship that received a lot of media attention due to their fame, but mainly due to the fact that Paula was married to the famous musician Bob Geldof, with whom she had 3 children. In the process of separation between Paula and Bob, many fights became public, and the legal dispute ended up becoming a precursor of the current reality shows, a full plate for the insatiable British tabloids. Michael's emotional fragility led him to take drugs with Paula, and this became a routine in their life in London, which only enhanced his critical mental state. In 1996, Tiger Lily was born, daughter of Michael and Paula, a fact that, according to those who lived with him, brought him love, peace, and a new meaning to life. In the year of 97, still in the midst of all the confusion caused by the media about his private life, Michael reluctantly embarked to Sydney for the Australian leg of that year's tour. Michael wanted Paula and Lily to meet him in Sydney, and Paula said she would go, but she was facing resistance from Bob Geldof about the other 3 children. Paula didn't want to live in London. Bob has strong arguments because the police not long ago had found opioids in Paula and Michael's home, which seriously testified against them and gave Bob strength in the dispute for custody of the children. The fact is that Paula ended up not embarking for Sydney, and that shook Michael to the core. Friends and relatives witnessed the imbalance that the situation caused in Michael, who only wanted to isolate himself in the hotel room in which he was staying. Michael Hutchence was found dead on November 22, 1997 at the Ritz-Carlton in Sydney, Australia. The exact circumstances of the death have always been a subject of speculation and controversy, but the official version concludes that Michael committed suicide by hanging. After Michael's death, the band tried some new vocalists, new lineups, but stopped recording and performing for good in 2012. Despite the challenges, Inxs have left a lasting legacy with their innovative sound, numerous chart-topping hits. The wonderful work of Michael Hutchence and the Inxs has stayed forever. If you enjoyed this video and like this channel, subscribe, leave a like, give me a suggestion about what story you wanna hear so I can always improve and bring you new and better videos.